Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be integrating the InstaMojo payment gateway inside Flask application, Python application. So Flask is a web framework. So you can see that my Flask web server is running on localhost 5000. If I open this page, you will see once again the same simple form where you can enter your name, your purpose, then your email address, then the amount of money. So in the last three tutorials I have shown you how to implement this in Node.js, in pure JavaScript, and also in PHP. Now this is a Python tutorial. If you click the create payment link, it will again redirect you to the same website. Here this will be a modal box of InstaMojo. Here you need to enter your phone number and then you can just select net banking, select your account, and obviously we are running in test environment, we are not having the production level. So this is just a fake transaction being happening. If I return to the merchant site, this will send me a confirmation mail also. You will see this is payment successful. You will see this is a redirect URL. Your payment is successful, please check your confirmation mail. If I open this, you can see that one email will be there, you have paid here. If I open this, 200 paid, and also this contains this PDF document as well. So in this way, let me also show you the dashboard. So test.instamojo.com/dashboard. So inside this, inside the transaction tab, you will see the transaction being made here. You can see less than a minute. This is a transaction being made. So all these transactions will be listed out inside your dashboard. Now to get started, first of all, you need to be having a InstaMojo account here and go to API and plugins. And here you will see your private key and the auth token. You need to copy paste these details. We will be using this inside your application. And now to get started, we will create a simple app.py file which will be the Flask application. So first of all, go to your command prompt and pip install. Pip is the dependency manager for Python. So install your Flask. First of all, pip install Flask, and the second dependency that we are using is the uh, InstaMojo dash wrapper. So this is the dependency. So just install these two dependencies, and all the source code of the video is given in the video description. You can go to the video description and go to my blog here. Let me just show you the blog here. This is a step-by-step blog which I have written here. You can see that. If I just drag down here, yes, this is a blog. You can just go to the video description and copy paste the code here. This is my blog. Step-by-step instruction is given. So first of all, you need to install these two dependencies, InstaMojo dash wrapper. So basically this is the official Python library for InstaMojo. Now after creating it inside your app.py file, first of all we need to import Flask. So from Flask we need to import the base library, which is Flask, and also we need to render template, which will be useful for rendering out the template. So then after that we can just make a simple Flask app first of all. So app is equal to Flask, and then inside this takes our name parameter. This is the obvious way in order to start any sort of Flask application, and then we will have a if condition. If name is equal to main, like this. So in that case we need to run app.run, and inside this you need to pass debug is equal to true. So this will start our Flask application, but for this we just need to simply have a route here. So app.route. So whenever we open the home page, we need to define a function. So this function will be, let's suppose, home. So inside this we will be loading a template with the help of the render template function. So return render template. So we will be loading a template which will be called as home.html. So this template you need to create inside a templates folder. So simply create this templates folder, and inside this create home.html file, and inside this you will see a simple indexed home.html file. All the source code is given in the blog. Just copy it and paste it here. So this contains four fields, as you know. First is the name of the person, then the purpose, then email, then the amount of money, then there is a create payment link button. That's it. If I now run the application by invoking the command python.app.py, you will see this will start the application on localhost 500. So if I go to this application, you will see my form will be rendered out. You can see if I click this button, this validation will also be there. And now inside this home.html, you will notice that we are making a post request to this route /pay. So now we need to write this post request just after this @app.route, so /pay, and inside this contains a second arguments that we need to pass here, which is the methods. So basically methods will be an array, which will be either this method can be post or it can be get. So depending upon, first of all we need to check here inside this if it is a, we can define a pay function here, write this, and inside this we can just write, we can just have a if condition that we need to also have a request module here. Just import the request module. With the help of request module we can check whether the method is post or get. So request dot method, so we will check here if it is a post method, then in that case we will first of all get the name of the person by request dot form dot get, and inside this you need to provide the name attribute that you have given to the field. So every field I have given it this name attribute, so this is the attribute that we are getting. So this will get the name of the person, and then we will get the purpose like this request.form.get purpose. After this we will get the email of the person like request.form.get email. Then we will get the amount of money, request.form.get amount. After getting all these four details, now what we need to do is that we need to uh, initialize the API function. For first of all we need to import this. So for importing this will be pretty simple. From instamojo underscore wrapper, this is a library. We need to import this function which is instamojo. So write this statement, and then we will have two variables. First is the API key, and then we will have the auth token. So this will be different for you, so don't copy mine. So just go to your test.instamojo dashboard and copy these two details. First copy the private API key and simply paste it here, and then you will have your auth token. So simply copy this and paste it here. And now after this step we need to initialize a simple line which will take these two details that we have configured, make a API variable, and then we will use this function which we have imported instamojo. We will pass first of all our API key, so API underscore key, this is a variable, and here we need to initialize the value that we have passed, API key. Second, it takes the auth token, auth underscore token, so this will be equal to the variable that we have defined, auth token. And the third variable guys will be the endpoint. So basically this endpoint is very much necessary. If you don't provide this will configure it as a live production environment, but we need to be running it inside the test environment, so we need to provide this endpoint test.instamojo.com/API/1.1/ that's it. That this argument needs to be applied. That's it. You need to put a comma here. That is why the error is there. Put a comma, and the error is gone. Now, guys, after having this API variable, what we need to do is that we need to use this API variable, make a response variable here, and then API dot. This contains a method which is payment request create. You can see payment request create, so this will create a payment for us. So here we need to supply the options. First is the amount will be equal to the amount that is passed. We also need to provide the purpose, what purpose we are paying for, and also it contains a buyer name option here, buyer underscore name. So this will have the name of the person who are buying the product, so name. Then we will have the send email option. This takes a boolean parameter, so this needs to set to true, because if you want to receive email after the payment, true, comma, then we have the email of the person, so email will be equal to the email of the person, that's it. So this needs to be equal to, not underscore colon. So after this, guys, this takes a last parameter, which is redirect URL. So redirect URL is the URL which InstaMojo will redirect the user to once the payment is successful. So this is very much useful if you want to have a file downloaded onto your website once the payment is done. So you can just configure that code inside this redirect URL. So I will be configuring it inside success callback. So once the payment is done, then the InstaMojo will redirect the user to this endpoint. So let me just make a simple route here, app.route to /success. So when the request happens, so the default method is get. We need not have to write it. So this will be success. So here I can just return a template here, render template. We can again make use of that. And here we can pass here success.html. So again, inside your templates folder, create this file success.html, and simply inside this you will have some bootstrap, and let me just change the title to InstaMojo payment gateway in Python. So right here inside this we will have the container class of bootstrap, and inside the heading we will use text center class to center the heading, and we will say your payment is successful, and then inside the paragraph tag please check your confirmation email. That's it. So this is our success.html file is ready. So after this, guys, we need to also redirect the user. So we need to redirect the user. So for redirecting it, we will make use of a module redirect. So we need to import this module. So put a comma and write redirect. So this is a built-in module in Flask in order to redirect the user. We need to write return statement here, return redirect, and then we need to get the URL to redirect. So this is available in the response property, and then it contains a payment request property, payment request underscore request, and again inside this contains a property called as long URL. That's it. Now simply we also need to write the else block also. So when the request is not post, so inside else block we can just write, we just redirect the user to the home page. So that's it. So whenever, now the application is complete, guys. So let me just see once again. If I open the application python app.py, so this else condition is very much important, guys. If you open this pay route directly, then I will redirect the user back to the home page. So this is a very useful case. Let me just show you what I meant by this. So basically this is our home route. So if I go to /pay directly, so this is the get request. Now you will see I am redirecting back to the home page. So this is the else block that I have written here like this. Now we will provide our details. Let me change this to Hindi course, email address, then the amount is let's suppose 987. Create payment link. Now it will redirect the user back to the this screen, test.instamojo. Here you need to provide your number. This needs to be valid, 10-digit number. You pay 987. You select net banking. Obviously we are running in test conditions, so very limited options are there. So once this fake transaction is over, you will return to the merchant site, and then it will, your payment will be successful, you can see, and it will redirect you to the your file here, which is your payment is successful, please check your confirmation mail. Now if I open my email address, you will see you, this is the same address where I am receiving the payment also. So you can see this message, you receive payment for Hindi course. If I open this, you will see 4000 received. So you will see in this case, guys, you can see that it also contains this PDF document also. So you can see that. So in this way, guys, you can just integrate the payment system inside your Python application, InstaMojo application. So thanks very much, guys, for watching this video. All the source code will be there inside the video description. You can just check it. And thanks very much for watching this video. Please like the video, subscribe the channel, and I will be seeing you next tutorial.